The release date for Project Motor Racing has finally been announced. It's coming out on Tuesday, November the 25th, 2025. It's available for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series, and of course, you can use DjGoHam to pre-order it right now. Link in the description. Along with the release information and pre-orders and things like that, we've also got a new trailer showing off the career mode, which brings us a lot of new information and a lot of things that we didn't know yet. So we're going to break everything down for you. Starting off with all of the primary information that you need to know. Project Motor Racing delivers a high-fidelity, authentic racing sim experience with full cross-platform mod support from day one. It supports full modding across all platforms at launch with user-generated content integrated via the built-in UGC portal and official Giants editor. Designed for simulation enthusiasts, the game features over 70 licensed vehicles, 27 laser scan circuits, dynamic weather, and a 720Hz physics engine for ultra-responsive handling. Single-player career mode brings added realism, challenging players to manage sponsorships, repairs, and season-impacting decisions. In the trailer, they say, the goal isn't to win every event, and there aren't any prize cars to unlock. It's you against your wallet. Motorsport isn't particularly equal or fair. We start by selecting 3 financial backstories. We have the journeyman driver, professional level, and global operation. Replicate rags to riches, jump in the middle of the pack right away, or take a shot at the top. It is up to you. Final location for your team's shop is next. You go to North America, Europe, and Asia. Location will influence the price of the cars that you buy and the event entry fees. Everything is available from the start of the game. You'll have to afford it though. There's 8 different sponsorship models. We have rolling billboard, competitive, ambassador, event fees covered, winner, champion, aggressor, and pace. This is to simulate the negotiations that go on off-season between the teams and the brands that support them. Each sponsorship level offers a different type of support, giving a specific flat fee for showing up. Others will pay your travel costs, repairs, and some demand a specific result. It's up to you to play it safe or risk it all and push for the top. You begin the career mode in the off-season, where you can enter any championship or any one-off endurance race, if you can afford it. What happens on the track after that is up to you. Wins, podiums, and sponsorships keep your finances positive, but travel costs and damage repairs will cost you, sometimes more than anticipated. Lastly, in the trailer, they say, just like real racing, you might be surprised by the paycheck come this season's end. It's not the 80s anymore, and that one dive for glory into turn 1, well, that could wipe out your entire career in one split second. Be careful. This is Pro Motorsport. Now, as you may or may not know, I've been getting into racing games really heavily recently, and I've been having a lot of fun, and most of it was to prepare for this, but I've actually found a lot of other really cool games that I've enjoyed. So we're going to jump in, we're going to analyze the trailer a little bit. Some of the cars I know about, some of them I don't. Really just kind of point out things about the gameplay more, less about the cars themselves. So let's do it. Starting with the beginning of the trailer, of course. Here we go.
When we sat down to conceptualize what career mode in Project Motor Racing would look like, our intention was to get players to think like professional racers and work backwards from there.
And I think they've done a really good job of that, because there's like nothing to win. There's no cars to unlock. Everything's there. All you need is money. I mean, money runs everything, right? So being able to do that, that's kind of neat. I think Forza Motorsport tried to do something similar-ish, to do like the unlocks and the stuff and make the cars have levels, but it just wasn't fun. It sucked. And at the end, money! So I think that's where we are now. Let's keep going.
In other words, how do you turn hot lap heroes into seasoned drivers feeling the pressure of real pros who don't approach each weekend ready to rewrite multiple chapters of the record books?
I feel personally called out by that, but we'll continue.
Central to that, and to career mode, is an authentic motorsports economy.
All right, so let's go back real quick, because there's already a few things in the game that I think we can take a look at. So as far as this goes, we get to see the beginning of the game right about here. So we can see on there that we got multiplayer, single-player challenges, downloadable content, which we know mods are coming. I'm not sure if Straightforward is doing them. I don't know if Giants is doing them. However, we do know that the community does them, so that's going to be pretty darn cool. We're going to have a lot of cars to begin with. I mean, you start off with, what was it, 70-some cars, something like that. You got a bunch of different tracks as well, which is really nice to see. However, I'm going over my notes over here. Yeah, 70 cars, over 70 of them, 27 laser scan circuits. Plus, you've got extra cars coming with pre-order, which is great news. We actually haven't got to see it yet, but they did say pre-orders will receive the bonus GTE Decade Pack with 7 extreme examples of high-performance cars racing in one of the most thrilling and competitive classes in GT racing history. So that's kind of neat. Let's keep this party going, and we're going to kind of move over to the next one. So after we've clicked on single player, also I did find it interesting the multiplayer was above single player, so there's that. Race, I don't know what that says. We also have career here. Race weekend. Okay, there you go. So you can start your motorsport journey, etc., etc. Kind of shows you all the stuff. A lot of different cars through here. Prices changing. I'm a big fan of this one right here. Love that. Love seeing that. But you can see on the right-hand side, I have a $2 million balance. I don't know if that balance is going to be hours to start. Maybe this is one of the levels. I would assume that $2 million is one of the levels. So we got to buy our car, finance, everything going through. I think that's kind of neat. That's really cool. I love this way of doing it. There's stuff that you may want to do, but you can't afford it. I don't know if there's going to be any ways to cheat in the game. Maybe the car that you drive gets you double points. That'd be pretty sweet. Okay, let's go back and let's take a look and see what they say here.
Hot lap heroes into seasoned drivers feeling the pressure of real pros who don't approach each weekend ready to rewrite multiple chapters of the record books.
Yeah.
Central to that, and to career mode, is an authentic motorsports economy. Your goal here isn't to win every single event, and there aren't any prize cars to unlock.
That is big. Again, you're not going to be unlucky cars. All of the cars are available right away. Now, I will also say this. It does seem like a lot of the cars are kind of European-based. A lot of British cars as well that I've noticed. However, it's important to know, Straight 4, I think, is based out of the UK. So it makes a lot of sense. It's kind of the reason why we have a lot of European tractors in Farming Simulator. Well, Giants is in Europe. There's no, it just is what it is. All right, let's keep going.
It's you against your wallet because, well, that's racing, isn't it?
Yeah, love that. Love being able to actually have to afford stuff. All right, going forward. We're 39 seconds in.
Motorsport isn't particularly equal or fair. You'll start by selecting...
All right, some stuff just happened. Goodness gracious. All right, let's click through here. And I'm going to take away my big forehead because now we could see we've got on the left-hand side the journeyman driver, professional level, and global operation. Up at the top, we can also see with the journeyman driver, we have $100,000 cash. It says this budget is for players who want to start from the bottom of Project Motor Racing's car hierarchy and work their way through each class of car as if they are true journeyman driver. How cool is that? That's awesome. Run forward just a little bit. See if they click on anything else.
Selecting one of 3 financial DAC stories.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to click on anything else. Nope. All right. Well, it just is what it is. Moving on.
Whether you want to replicate a rags to riches story, jump into the middle of the ladder right away, or take a shot at the very top echelons of motorsport is up to you and your ambitions. You'll then be asked to find a location for your team shop. Whether your team is based in North America, Europe, or Asia, that'll influence the prices of cars and event entry fees.
Cool. So this is huge. I assume that race fees are going to be higher. Maybe race fees includes your travel. I'm not quite sure, but regardless, if you're based in Europe, I'm imagining that European races will probably be a little bit cheaper to get to, and maybe those races will be a little bit cheaper to enter. It also affects the price of the cars that you buy as well, which was absolutely insane. Pretty sure it's one of the notes that I wrote down. That we can also see through here, we've got quite a few different types of cars. Again, very, very UK based. Again, but I mean, again, what do you expect? I'm not going to try and make excuses for it. It just is what it is at the end of the day. I can also see that they've gone for the $2 million setup here again. I wonder if we have like 100,000, 1 million, and 2 million. That kind of makes a little bit of sense, but it is what it is. There's a lot to maneuver through here. So let's start here. So we've got our team name. No team name, but we do have team driver. So there is that. And then we also see over here on the right-hand side, the location of your team headquarters will affect the prices of each entry fees of cars. Generally, cars and events which originate from the same region as your team HQ will be cheaper, while those farther away will be more expensive. Then, is exactly what I was expecting. So there is that. We also have our sponsorship models. However, the thing about the sponsorships is the rolling billboard is the only one that we actually get an amount for. So we can see here, sponsorship model is the only thing that my big head's covering up. Sponsorship model allows you to select from one of 8 different arrangements to supplement your race winnings. Be sure to select the model that suits your goals and driving style. You can only change it during the off season. Ooh. Now, I do have all of these because I was able to pause the video fast enough. We also talked about it at the beginning. Rolling billboard, which is the one that we see here. We also have competitive, ambassador, event fees covered, winner, champion, aggressor, and pace. So with those, let's take a look at rolling billboard, since that's the one that we actually know about. A traditional sponsorship arrangement. You're paid a flat amount per race, and that amount is based on the prestige of your car, or of the car that you are racing. The performance doesn't matter with this model. You are a rolling billboard and nothing more. This is the safest sponsorship model for racers looking for a predictable influx of cash. Now, looking at the other names, with the next one being competitive, which
This is a cars.
I don't know if it's going to say anything about that. However, with the competitive, I'm guessing that we have to be competitive. Ambassador, we have to do exactly what they say, I'm guessing. Event fees covered, self-explanatory. Winner, you have to win in order to get money. A champion, you have to win the championship or at least be on the podium, maybe. Aggressor, I would have no idea, but that's probably me. And pace, which I'm guessing they want a specific thing happening. So that is pretty darn cool. Very cool. Man, I'm so pumped for this. This is very different from any game that I have played yet. Could be similar to other games I haven't played. I'll say that, but none I have. Okay, I'm gonna shut my big face. Let's move on.
And just like real racing, everything's available from the start. Whether you can afford it or not, though, will be based on your team's finances.
Very cool there. Again, everything is available right from the start. All you got to do is pay for it. Party time! Let's go. Let's cheat some money in.
You can make your life a little easier by selecting from one of 8 sponsorship models. Our way of...
Oh. We actually get to see competitive here. Stop the presses! You are paid a slightly higher fee per race that's delivered from the prestige of the car you're racing, but there's a catch. You're only paid if you finish on the podium. Oh, very cool. This option is best for consistent drivers who anticipate great results in the upcoming season and desire a predictable payout to balance their books. Get your books ready. It's time to balance, baby. Yeah. Oh, let's go. That's not me, but let's go. Let's see if we can tap it really quick. See what happens here. Boom. Oh, we got ambassador. Okay, so this model is tailored for respectful drivers. You paid a flat fee per race, regardless of finishing position, as long as you bring the car home with no damage. Oh, not me. This model is ideal for drivers who exhibit a great deal of sportsmanship, not me, and expect few troubles out on the race. Not me. I am not that ambassador. Let's tap it again, see what happens. Ah, okay. So then it just kind of flips through the rest of those. All right, no big deal. At least we can go through and hear what they say. What do they say?
The negotiations that go on every offseason between teams and the brands who support them. Each sponsorship model offers a different type of financial support. Some will merely give you a flat fee for showing up. Others will pay your travel costs or repairs, and some will demand very specific results. It's on you whether you play it safe or risk it all and make a push for the championship. You'll be
very cool. Very awesome. All right. Let's back this up and see if there's anything here that we can see.
Push for the champ.
All right. So on the left-hand side, we've got event calendar, standings, garage results, team stats, and manage team. Top left, of course, is Ben Collins. What's up, man? You got the team straight for team. Season is off-season and standings no registered. Not registered. I should read better. I think that's about it. I mean, he's driving the Lambo there. Looking good. $2 million again. Pretty crazy. All right. Let's get back into it here.
Championship. You'll begin career mode in the off-season, where you can enter any championship or one-off.
All right, that was a lot of things that just flicked by there. Let's see if we can stop it on each one. Let me mute that real quick. All right. So we got the United Kingdom GT3 trophy. I'm going to have to tap through. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. All right, so the United States GT3 Series, which I'm actually, as I'm recording this, doing a video on, and Forza, different game. Let's see. United Kingdom GT3 Trophy. Love those cars. The LMDH World Championship. Historic Florida 300. Hey, there you go. Group 5 Gauntlet Series. Gauntlet. German Group 5 Masters. Nice. Florida 300. Didn't we just go over that one? Maybe it's different. Blue Mountain 250. I used to live in a mountain, but it wasn't blue. And that seems to be all that's there, or at least all I was able to click on. So keep it going.
One-off endurance race, if you can afford it.
So they were talking about there where you're able to either enter different races in the off-season. I wonder if I can back that up and talk about it again.
You'll begin career mode in the off-season, where you can enter any championship or one-off endurance race if you can afford it.
There you go. So you'll be able to enter your championships or your endurance races, the one-offs, if you can afford it again. Moving on!
What happens out on the track after that is on you. Wins, podiums, and sponsorships can keep your finances in the black. The travel costs and damage repairs will constantly eat into your wallet, sometimes a little more than you anticipated. And just like real racing, you might be surprised at the paycheck come season's end.
Nice. All right, so you're going to have to pay for stuff. If something breaks, you got to do that. This is neat. I really like this this model. Plus, it actually feels like a career. You can do whatever you want as long as you got the money to pay for it. I keep saying that, but I like this model. This is great. It doesn't put anything behind a paywall. I guess the only paywall is the in-game paywall, isn't it? It is, isn't it?
It's not the 80s anymore. And that one dive for glory into turn 1 could wipe out your entire career in one split second.
So I don't understand the quote there. Maybe it's because I didn't start watching like racing in depth until like 2 months ago. But yeah, I don't understand the thing there. I'm guessing it's saying in the 80s you could crash and nobody cared. Or, well, I guess other things could happen too in the 80s. Safety wasn't exactly there. I don't get it. I'm guessing they mean you can just hit reset. Was it cheaper? Is it more expensive? I don't know what's going on. So let's move on.
Be careful. This is Pro Motorsport.
Yeah. And that brings us to the very end of it right there. PMR, pre-order now. 25th of November, 2025. That is a Tuesday for us here in the States. And for those of you that are celebrating Thanksgiving, or U.S. Thanksgiving around the world, it is 2 days before that. So if you're going to be on holiday, maybe a good time to pick it up and play. Again, if you pre-order, you can use my link. That does help support the channel and no additional cost to you. So thank you if you do that. And if you do pre-order, you get that pre-order bonus pack, which is pretty darn sweet. And there you go. That is all the information that we've got today on Project Motor Racing and its career mode. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like, get subscribed if you're new and join the GoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. We got some fun stuff coming out. More and more videos every single week. So stay tuned for those. Otherwise, have an awesome day. We'll catch you in the next one.
To the bank. Talk to him like all-star, ain't no missing my shot. In the game now, never losing my spot. Came from the bottom, got my eyes on the top. MVP, all-star, that's me. Sit back, watch me ball out. When I step in, bring the stars out. In my own pace, won't stall out. Made it to the top, now they all shout.